Imagine this, a warship, the USS Eldridge, surrounded by coils of crackling blue lightning. Then suddenly it vanishes, poof, gone, no radar trace, no visual contact. And when it reappears minutes later, some of its crew have simply disappeared, and others are fused into the very metal walls of the ship. This is the chilling story of the Philadelphia experiment, one of the strangest and most controversial secrets in U.S. military history. Our story begins in 1943. Right in the thick of World War II, the U.S. Navy was desperate for an advantage, a way to make its ships completely invisible to enemy radar and torpedoes. According to the legend, the Navy launched a top-secret experiment at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, using a destroyer escort ship, the USS Eldridge, as its guinea pig. The goal? To achieve true invisibility. The experiment was supposedly based on a radical interpretation of Einstein's unified field theory, the mind-bending idea that you could manipulate space, time, and electromagnetism to bend light itself. If they could pull it off, it meant a ship could literally disappear from sight. On October 28, 1943, the switch was flipped. Massive electrical generators roared to life on the deck of the USS Eldridge. Witnesses claimed a strange greenish-blue haze enveloped the entire vessel, a blinding electromagnetic field that hummed with immense power. Then, the ship began to shimmer, its outline blurring like a heat haze on a summer road. And then it vanished, just gone. But the story gets even weirder. Moments later, it reportedly reappeared not in Philadelphia, but in Norfolk, Virginia, over 200 miles away, spotted by sailors on another ship. And just as quickly, seconds later, it was back in the Philadelphia shipyard. When the generators powered down and the eerie green smoke cleared, the ship was physically intact. But the crew was not. Witnesses described scenes straight out of a nightmare. Some sailors were horrifically burned and completely disoriented, babbling incoherently. Others, tragically, were said to have been fused into the ship's metal hull and bulkheads, their bodies trapped halfway between our reality and another dimension. The survivors reportedly suffer from severe and lasting mental breakdowns. A few were even said to have spontaneously vanished weeks later, phased out, as some called it, as if the experiment's horrific effects were still chasing them through time. The Navy, of course, denied everything. Officially, they claimed no such experiment ever took place. They even produced documents suggesting the USS Eldridge was never in Philadelphia on that date. But the rumors refused to die. They spread like wildfire, whispered by shipyard workers, traumatized sailors, and fueled by whispers of classified documents that mysteriously disappeared. The story might have been lost to time, just another piece of wartime folklore, until 1955. A man named Carl Allen, writing under the alias Carlos Allende, sent a series of strange letters to a researcher and author named Morris Jessup, who had written a book about UFOs. In his letters, Allen described in vivid, terrifying detail how he allegedly witnessed the entire experiment from a nearby merchant ship. He claimed he saw the Eldridge disappear before his very eyes, engulfed in what he called a blinding blue fog and magnetic energy. Jessup was fascinated. But as he began to investigate the story, he started receiving strange, anonymous phone calls and thinly veiled warnings to drop his research. A few years later, Morris Jessup was found dead in his car. The official cause was suicide, but many believe he was silenced for getting too close to the truth. To this day, most scientists say the Philadelphia experiment is a myth, a compelling but fictional tale born from a mix of science fiction and Cold War paranoia. The Navy stands by its claim that the whole thing is a hoax, but then again, how do you explain the multiple eyewitnesses? What about the strange, detailed letters from Carlos Allende? And why, even today, do certain Navy files from 1943 remain classified, hidden from public view? Whether it was real or not, the story of the Philadelphia experiment fundamentally changed how we view government secrecy. It made us wonder just how far humanity has gone in tampering with the fundamental laws of reality. Thanks for watching. If this story sent a shiver down your spine, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below. Do you believe the Philadelphia experiment actually happened, or was it all just an elaborate legend? Until next time, stay curious and question everything.